Good morning. Good morning. How is everyone doing this fine last day of 2025? Oh, sorry, I was about a minute late. My technology decided to be difficult with me. Morning, Barbara. How are you doing? Well, I hope. So, I was going to record a video showing my planner, what I decided to do for my planner for this year. But then I thought, you know what? I'm just going to go live and show everybody what I'm doing because it's not really all that earth shattering or, it's not rocket science what I'm doing. But I did want to share look at this pretty book. I am well, Barbara. But look at this beautiful book. So, this was a Christmas gift from my youngest. And she also gave me some really pretty patterned paper for my birthday and some washi tape and just all the goodness. So I wanted to show this to you before I started showing you my self-made planners because I decided to kind of do my own. I want to check something out real quick here and make sure that it's streaming. Okay, it is. So she gave me this and I thought this was just gorgeous. I mean, let me just show you. I'm going to flip through real quick, but it has beautiful papers, like just gorgeous, gorgeous. I could do some journaling on this. I could actually tear this out because there's perforated edges and add this to one of my planners if I want. I could make envelopes. So I don't know if you can see, but there's an outline there so that if I cut that out, I could put this in my scan and cut and have it cut out. But then the reverse side is gorgeous too. So just like all kinds of beautiful options of papers that I can make envelopes with. Absolutely gorgeous. Then there's a couple pages that are like these postcards. So these are perforated postcards. Good morning, Justine. Welcome, my friend. And they're already, with the place for your stamp and everything on the back. So there's a couple of those. Actually, there's I think 3. Then there's just, all these pages. Like I just couldn't. I was like, oh my goodness, baby, this is gorgeous. So I wanted to kind of just flip through and show you. These are more of a cardstock weight paper. You can hear it when I flip through there. These are more of a paperweight. So there's a nice variety in here. There's some like these. I think, yeah, they're perforated. I can make bookmarks. Yeah, the postcards can be card fronts. I agree. I can do some coloring if I want. Like such a variety of things in here. Such a variety. There's some stickers. So these are floral stickers. Really pretty. And then, of course, more papers. And then like there's this page. And inside of here, I didn't open it, but there's wrapping paper inside there. So I can use that. I should open it and see what's in there, huh? Let me see. So I didn't open. There's a couple of pages of these pockets that I did not open. And I thought I'll open them later, but I just hadn't gotten to it yet. So let's see what the wrapping paper looks like. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So there's 2 large sheets of wrapping paper. So pretty. I don't have to use it as wrapping paper. I can use it for cards or other paper crafting projects. In the pocket. I got an awkward angle here, guys. Sorry. And then, of course, more papers. These are some circles I can use. Some tags I can use. This one has more wrapping paper. These are like washi strips. So yeah, I can peel this off. And that's a strip of washi tape. Some tags. Some more little postcard papers, some envelopes. Gorgeousness, just absolute gorgeousness. And then what was in here? I want to open it. Oh, this is this huge, like, poster. that I could really just frame and put in my room. Look, you can see the whole thing. There it is. Look at that. Very thoughtful gift. My children are actually very thoughtful. When they get me gifts, they know the things I like, and they are very good about getting me what I will enjoy using, what I will appreciate. So they're really good about that. So let's get started looking at my little planner I made. I know there's not too many of you on here today, but I think everybody's getting ready for their New Year's Eve parties. Hi, Desta. Welcome, my friend. Oh, I would not go to the grocery store today, although I might have to. I didn't plan anything for dinner tonight because initially we were going to go, I think I mentioned it, we're going to go to a little gathering at a family friend's house, but it's supposed to rain tonight. It's supposed to start raining at 10 o'clock tonight. So I don't want to be out there in the rain because they do it in their backyard. They set up all the tables and the food and everything in the backyard because their house isn't big enough for all the people they invited. It's a big house, but not big enough for everybody. And hi, Reagan. How are you, my friend? So I don't want to be out there in the rain. So my husband says, we'll see what the day looks like later, as he gets home from work, and then we'll kind of decide what we do. But if we stay home, I don't have anything for dinner, so I might have to go to the grocery store, even though I don't want to. Oh, bummer you have to work today. That's no fun. Yeah, he's only going to work half a day, though. So he's going to take some of his crew to get some breakfast on him. In fact, they're probably heading out for breakfast as we speak. And then he'll probably come home after. Yeah, it wasn't too crowded, Desta. I don't know. Maybe when we're done here, I'll see what I do for dinner. I don't know. I know one year what I did I told all the kids, hey, just if you don't want to go out to parties or be out on the road on New Year's Eve, because it's never safe on New Year's Eve, come over to the house. We can just play board games, watch movies. And I put out like a charcuterie board of sorts. So like my countertop in my kitchen, I laid out different meats and cheeses and fruits and vegetables with dip and like all that stuff. So maybe I'll do something like that. I have to kind of figure it out. But oh goodness, I feel bad for people at work today. I'm so glad I'm retired. Anyway, let's get started on looking at my planners. So I did two different ones. So this is my crafty planner. And then this is my, everyday, regular, personal stuff planner. So let's start with a little crafty planner I did. So I was watching Letty of Party Planner Papery, and I linked her channel in the description box. She always has such amazing printables and ideas, and she always has these like crafty pages to help you kind of keep track of what you're doing in your crafty life. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to make a little planner using her pages because they were free to download. Check out her channel. There's a video about that. And she has I don't know if it's called Ko-fi or Coffee Shop, where she has a lot of her printables. Some are free, some are donation based, and some there's a fee for them. So lots of fun goodies in that shop. Anyway, here is one of the papers that my daughter gave me for my birthday. A lot of birthday themed paper, really bright and colorful and cheery. So I thought, I'll use that. And then I was like, well, what do I do for my cover? So all I did was I went in Cricut Design Space, pulled in some different images, kind of adjusted the size, added some text, and then just didn't weld them. I didn't attach them. I just I flattened them as one image so that I was able to do print and cut. So that's what I did with this. And that's just the 2026 Crafty Planner. And there's Yvette Olea Creates. And instead of the O, I put a heart. I thought that would be fun. Watch. Let me see if you can see it. There you go. So it's just I think it's so much fun. And I did the black. At first I was going to just cut this paper because it was big enough. It was 12 by 12 paper to just wrap around. But then I thought, oh, let me just use some black cardstock and kind of that way there's a nice matte layer and it looks a little more polished and finished. Oh no, Barbara. That's my worst night. I had one time that I don't know, I was off on my a couple years ago. My brain wasn't functioning right. And I was at breakfast with my husband and I got a message from the design team manager saying, hey, Vet, your video's not up. And I was like, well, what video? It's not till next week. And she said, nope, it was today. I was mortified because I don't miss deadlines. I am very, very type A personality about that. I have to have things right. I don't miss deadlines. If I've committed to something, I do my very best to stick to that commitment. But that's when I started writing things down about my design team things. Now this year I'm not on too many design teams. I've kind of stepped back from a few, well, in 2026, so that I can focus more time on my mom and my mother-in-law. So, but I'll still be doing videos. I'll still be doing live streams. So, just a little bit less maybe, just to have some more family time. Okay, so this is the front. And then here I use this pretty paper on the inside. And this is just one of the trackers that Letty had. So this is she does, it's a collaboration, Smash Your Stash, with several other creators. And who has a lingering cough? Reagan, you do? Oh, that's awful. I still have mine. And it's just going to stay. It's just forever. So this year, what they're doing different, what they would do, in 2025, what they would do is pick a different prompt of things to smash for that month. For 2026, what they decided to do is just rotate the same 3. So January will be free choice. They can choose whatever they want to smash, whether it be stickers or pattern paper or embellishments. I don't know, whatever they want, washi tape. And then February is the 12 by 12 paper pad collection of sheets that they'll be smashing. And then March is non-12 by 12 paper pads, so 6 by 6, a 6 by 8, an 8 by 8, different sizes of paper collections. And then this helps you track what you've done. So let's say for free choice, I decide I'm going to use up, let me think. A pack of embellishments. So, I can put what date I used them, what I smashed. So let's say I used a pack of spellbinders or not too shabby enamel dots. And then what I made, and then a count. So let's say I made 5 cards, then I can put 5. Or if I made, I can't think, my word's not working. Another book, I can put what I made. For February, I can put which paper pad I used or collection. So if I have an Echo Park collection, what date I did it, what I smashed, what I made, and how many of that. So I think that's great. So she has a page for each of the months. So then again, they rotate free choice, 12 by 12, non-12 by 12. So I printed these. And then they'll be posting, she put this note on the bottom. Let me zoom in a little bit, you guys. It's hard to see. Too much because you can't see the full page. There you go. So down here, what she did was she put, see, hashtag paper stash smash, posting the first of the month at 12 p.m. Eastern time, 11 Central, 9 Pacific. And then the host is Debbie from Project 39 mini albums and Carolina from Carolina's Crafts. So there's even a link there for the digital freebie from Letty. So it's party planner papery. So that was those for those 4 months. And then I just put this speckled cardstock I had as kind of a divider. Used my little tab punch I have and some of the scraps of the pattern paper I had. And then what I think I'm going to do here, I'm probably going to add a pocket so that if I need to insert anything, I just haven't done it yet. So then the next section is the monthly prep sheet. So for for January, let's say, okay, I need to think what I want to make, which I haven't yet. So I'm just following them along. I'm not part of the team, but I'm following along. So I kind of have to figure out, I'll probably work on that today, what I want to do for January, what my plans are, what projects I want to make, and then, maybe if I want to do any little sketches here. And so there's one of those for each of the months, which I think is very helpful to help you plan ahead. Because sometimes I'll be laying down in bed and thinking, oh, I can do this. And if I don't jot it down by the morning, I have forgotten what popped into my head. Okay, and I like that she had the little calendar in the bottom corner. So then the next tab is this collab habit tracker. And so here, you can use different color markers or colored pencils or highlighters, whatever, and highlight each month a different color. And then that's the color you'll use here. So you'll know what you did in January, February, so forth and so on. So this would cover your 12 by 12 smashes, your 6 by 6, your 6 by 8, miscellaneous. And then here she left it blank. So here I can add things like washi tape or embellishments, or, if I have a specific item that I know I want to work on smashing. So that's what I did. So I printed a few of those, the blank ones that I can work on. Then she had this monthly habit tracker. So here, if I want to track, let's say, let me think of something I might want to track. Tracking using new stamps, or, stamps I've never used before. I can put, how many I've done each month, different, whatever you want to track. If I want to track using washi tape, or if I want to track using up my pattern paper, or I want to track using embossing folders, different things. So this is awesome. Welcome, Jeanette. You do use this. Yeah, she's had this for a couple years. I think she's made a couple of modifications, but it's awesome. I like that she has this. And it saves me from having to think and create something on my own. If there's something out there already created, you better believe I'm going to use it, because my motto is work smarter, not harder. So if I don't have to create something, I'm all in. So I printed a few of those pages, and I wrote down somewhere else what I wanted to track. I don't know. Let me see if I can find it. Because I've been sorting and organizing, putting away stencils and things like that. Make sure it's not there. I don't know where it is. Oh, I'll find it later. So then my next tab, yeah, she has adjusted each year, is this collab inspiration sheet. So here, let's say I was inspired by Letty. I can X off Letty, put what the project was, the video date, what supplies, what dimensions, any notes. Because sometimes, I don't know about you, but I'll see somebody do this crafty paper project, for example, a treat box of some sort, to hold candies, or a little planner, anything of that nature. And I think, oh, I want to have that to refer back to. I'm going to put that on here. And what I'll also do is I'll write down the link to whatever video that was, so that I can find it easily. So I did quite a few of those pages, So that's my crafty planner of sorts. I don't know if it's a planner more than a tracker, because this is kind of tracking what I'm doing. My planner, my personal one, I can probably add like design team videos that I need to do. This, I would say, I should have probably put crafty tracker there instead of planner. But I mean, it's for me, so. Oh, okay, I'm glad she's good. Stent surgery tomorrow. Oh, surgery is never fun. Way to kick in the new year. Oh, thank you, my friend. Part of why I decided to kind of do my own thing so to speak. I mean, there's a lot of these pages that I could get from different people, but I really like Letty's, is because when I go online to try and find a planner, it doesn't have everything I want, or it has things I don't need. For example, there was one planner that I thought, oh, this one's pretty, but they were pages for planning a wedding. I'm not planning a wedding. I don't need that. There were pages for, what was the other thing? Planning, I don't know, planning something else that just didn't pertain to me. So I thought, no, you know what? I'm going to try and put together my own. Oh, don't ever apologize for leaving. You have to do what you have to do, my friend. Family always is first. Always, always. And I've always been. All right, so here's the other one. So along the lines of me not wanting a planner that was missing items, or having to buy multiple planners to, like, this one would be, you know, will have the section I want, and this one will have a different section I want. I thought, you know, I'm going to try and make my own. So here, again, I did this in Cricut Design Space. I flattened it to make it a print and cut file. And then these were just some pattern papers I had in my stash. It was a Recollections paper pack. Oh, and then when I cinched them, I didn't go like all the way. I didn't want to have to like reline it up on my cinch. So this was enough to hold it together, I thought. So what I did was I went in Canva and just typed in the search 2026 planner pages or something like that, and kind of searched through them and found what I liked. So what I did on the inside is I printed a full year's calendar for 2026 in case I need to kind of go and look and think, oh, you know, what day does my daughter's birthday fall on this year? And I can look and see if it's a weekend or whatever. Then I used some more of the pattern paper from that same paper pack. And this was a 12 by 12. So what I did was I cut it down to, I don't know, because this is an 8.5 by 11 cover. So I cut this down to probably 10 3/4. And then I folded it here, folded it over so I have a pocket of sorts on this side. So if I need to add anything, any notes, any receipts or anything, I can put it in here. And I only sealed it at the bottom. Down here. I left the top open. And then I found, you know, different calendar pages. And I like this one because it's the monthly overview. And then, you know, it has things I can put here for tomorrow or reminders. But I liked having that. But then I found these pages. This is a budget planner. And I like having that for the month to kind of, especially going into a year where my husband will be retiring. But I brought my water in here and I don't see it. Or he'll be retiring. So I want to be like more focused on our income and our expenses and our savings, make sure we have some savings. So I added that. So I added one for each month. And then here's my expenses tracker. So kind of track how much I spend on groceries, how much I don't really spend on coffee. Starbucks is not my jam. I don't like coffee, so I can change that out for something else. I should have done that before I printed it, but no worries. I can white it out and write something in. But like gas or, you know, any entertainment, you know, we don't really go to the movies or concerts, but boy, hobbies is there. And so is restaurants. We eat out. So, you know, all these different expenses. And then there's a box for other, and then I can kind of tally my expenses for the month. So like my fixed ones are mortgage. I did change that to SDG&E. That's our gas and electric company, to water, cable, internet, cell phone, insurance. So those are fixed costs every month. So those are easy to put in there. But then I figured that would be a good way of me tracking my expenses and then tie it into my budget planner and see how well I'm sticking to my plan, my budget plan. Let me show you the cinch I'm using. I'm not using the new one. I started to watch her review, but then I got distracted. This is the one I'm using. So, does it say what it is? But this is the one I use. So I have that, and I have different size of these foil, the rings. And I only did this section. I didn't go across the whole page. Oh, I saw it in pink, and that's why I wanted it. Pink's my favorite color, so I had to have it. Yes, I'm using a 1-inch. So this is a 1-inch. It's all I had. I had more pages to put in here, but as it is, it's kind of like at its max capacity. So I think I might find a larger foil. And that way, if I want to add more pages, I can take this one off and add them and then put the larger one. We'll see. We'll see. I'm always like gung-ho in December to start planning. And then January, I'm gung-ho. February, gung-ho. March, I start to like, So I'm trying to do better this year. Like this year, what I did, or trying to do better in 2026. This year, what I did was a digital planner in GoodNotes. And it was good. It was helpful, but there's nothing like writing down, like with pen and paper. It's just different. Okay, so this page was a savings challenge. And so I wanted to do this so I know how much I'm saving and keep kind of a running tally of that. Oh, you're so sweet. Where are you? It's very tempting. Very tempting. Here you go. Thank you, Jeanette. You're amazing. So then I thought a meal planner, because how many times have you heard me on a live saying, I don't know what I'm going to make for dinner? I don't know what I'm going to make for dinner. I think the worst part of being an adult is deciding what to eat every day. It's horrible. And then I have to be careful too, because my husband's diabetic and we want to keep his blood sugars under control, which we've been doing really good at. And he's really good about that. But over the holidays, we haven't been paying attention, and his blood sugars have gone a little higher. So he's like, baby, we got to watch what we're eating. And I'm like, what do you mean we? I'm not diabetic. He says, we. Fine. So this way I can kind of plan and put my grocery list, what I need to buy for the week, you know. I got it. It's Lynn's fault. I got it. She did a review on that, and I was like, you know what? Let me just do it, and let's see how often I use it. I don't use it a ton, but I like to have it for this kind of stuff, you know. And I made a bunch of little notebooks for my granddaughter when she started working at a school that she gave to her students. So I do use it. It's just not an everyday use. Okay, so I did a couple of the meal planner pages. So I figure I can like rotate my meal planning. So weeks 1 and 3 can be this page, and then weeks 2 and 4 can be this page. And if there's a week 5, I'll just rotate that page in again. And then I did this page, which is a fitness class schedule, which will help me because every Sunday I'm looking up at the YMCA schedule to see what classes, what time. So here I can put what time and what class I'm going to take. So whether it be yoga or aquafit, or there's another one I wanted to take. It was for people 50 and older. I forgot. So it was another class. So I can keep track of the classes each month. They put it by week, but they also have the whole month schedule. So I can have it in here and take a look and know what I'm doing. By the way, welcome any friends that I did not see come in because I'm talking up a storm. Okay, here's my workout planner. So here I can see what exercise I did, if I use weight, how many reps. And instead of, let's say I do the treadmill, instead of weight and reps, I'll put speed and for how long, you know, so I kind of know what I'm doing. And that'll help me keep track of what exercises I'm doing, and that way I'll make sure I'm not doing the same thing all the time. I'm taking a health class through my medical insurance, and because I've lost in the past year, I lost 25 pounds. But then, of course, over the holidays, I gained like 3. I've lost those 3 again. But she was telling me, based on what you're telling me you're eating every day and you're exercising, what's probably happening is you're doing the same exercise. So change it up, change it to something different, every 3rd day maybe. So that's what I want to do. I want to kind of keep track of that. Whatever you planned doesn't sound. That's the problem with being the one that cooks. And my grandma used to have the same issue. My mom says she would cook, and my grandma she cooked very well, but she didn't like her own cooking. She didn't want to eat her own cooking. And I'm the same way. Like everybody will say, this is really good. And I'm just like, not so much. Oh, Sonia, are you under the weather, my friend? I hope you feel better soon. I did. That was part of the reason I did this. Not necessarily to save money, because I mean, in the end, when you think what I printed and stuff, I probably didn't save any money. But although I guess I did, because I would have had to buy multiple planners to get the pages I wanted. So this is for me, to what I thought I needed. So this is a cleaning checklist to be sure I do stuff, because I'm going to tell you, as a retiree, cleaning is not my priority. I mean, the house is clean all the time, but like deep cleaning. Like I think I spent one day cleaning all the windows and all the tracks on my sliding doors because they were disgustingly dirty. So I did that. And that's not something you think of doing all the time. Cleaning my walls, because the walls can get dusty. We live right by a freeway, and so the house can get very dusty very quickly. Things like that. So this kind of helps kind of keep me on task. So there's 2 pages of that. So what is the first page? Living room, general areas, garden, and then kitchen, bathroom, bedroom. And then here, there's this is for the week. I had the first page was the whole month overview, but this is kind of the week. So here I can kind of write down if I have doctor's appointments or if I'm supposed to babysit, because on Monday, you guys knew I had to babysit. Well, I didn't remember. I had told her 2 weeks before, yeah, I'll babysit. And my kids know me, so they remind me the day before, are you still able to babysit? Or are you still able to give so-and-so a ride? So I can kind of write it down and keep track. That way I don't say yes to 2 people at the same time. And then I have a little to-do list for the week, notes, meal tracker, goal for the day. So that'll help me. And here I can also put, like, let's say I need to do a design team video. For example, I'm still on the sheet load team, and our videos go up on the 2nd. So usually I have my video recorded the week before. So here I would put, record a sheet load video, and then maybe over here, the next day, edit video and upload video, whatever. So I can include that in my daily routine and my daily schedule. My son is now a dad and mom, and he can sure use it. Yes. When you have littles, oh my goodness. When you're still in the midst of running around, you need a planner. You need to keep track of stuff. Now, it is big, but I have a really big purse, so if I needed to take this in my purse, I could. But I don't foresee needing to do that. So I printed a page for each week. So then here, I'm still going to decorate the fronts of these pages. I haven't gotten to that, but I'll do that eventually. And then again, I did pocket, so I can stick anything I need in there, and it just repeats. Oh, and then the little labels for my months. I just cut those out on a Cricut out of some matte black vinyl. In fact, I'm not done attaching. I was attaching that before I came on live. That's what I got distracted with when I was watching Lynn's video. So then same pages, I repeated all the same pages. What I was going to add in here, but I didn't because it was just going to be way too thick, is one of these pages. So I'm going to buy some bigger of the foils here and then maybe add this. I did cut the pages down. They printed 8.5 by 11, so I cut them to, what did I cut them to? Was it 8 by 10? Let's see. 10.5 by 8 by 10.5. So what I did was I left a good space on this side so that the cinch didn't cut into the printing, but I did cut it down. So I can do that here if I specifically need a planner for a specific day that's very busy, and then just stick it in my pocket if I want. I just have to cut this down to the right size. So I printed a few of those pages as well, but like I just did different colors from that pattern paper. Let me see if I have the cover for that one. I can show you what it is. Put things away. I think it was this one. Hold on. Yes, it was this one. So I used this paper pad. Sweet Magic. It was from, no date on here. I don't know if there's a date on here. But it was the Michaels paper pad. Oh, 2024. So last year. And I just used the different papers in here to do my divider pages. So I did the same thing on all of them. Made a pocket. And then I'll show you the different colors, the different papers. It has like a floral print. And again, I'm still going to decorate these. Not sure with what. I don't know. I might, you know what I can do is print a little page for like birthdays and holidays so that I can write on the front of each of the month. So for example, February, let's go to February. If I do February, I can put, Valentine's Day, my grandson's birthday, my son-in-law's birthday, my mom's birthday, my niece's birthday, and I'll have them all right here. And that way it's all at a glance, and I'll remember to send birthday cards or give them birthday cards. I don't have to send. Everybody's here in San Diego, so it's a hand delivery type thing. So I think I might do that as a little, and I'll make it pretty, and I'll decorate it. Let me show you the different papers. So here's April, and then here's May. And I like these because they kind of had a rainbowish look to a lot of the papers. My favorite one is the last one. I'll show you when we get there. Here's June, and then July. And still to join the planner. I don't do a planner the way a lot of people do. Like I don't do a lot of the decorating and stuff. My planner is really just a plan, just to keep me on task. I don't do a lot of decorating. I'm going to decorate these pages just, for some fun, but like a traditional planner, I don't do the decorating. It's really just to keep me on task. And that's just how my brain works. Like I have to have a schedule. I have to know what I'm going to do for the next day or for the next week or, whatever's coming up. That's just how my brain works. There's September. There's October. TFC December. There's November. And here's my favorite one. Look at that. But then look. Wait, isn't that cool? So I didn't want to cut off all of this. That's what gave me the idea to do the pockets, because this was the first paper I was looking at. And I didn't want to cut off, like, I like that it has like these stripes, but they're not all like aligned. They're like ending at different points. So I think this one was my favorite page, my favorite paper. And then for my back cover, I did the full calendar of 2027. Is this coming apart? Yeah, it's super full. I need to get a bigger foil. These pages started to come out, and that is not a problem. Get those back in there. Oh, I'm going to be looking on Amazon today. See if I can find a bigger foil. I'm sure there is. I didn't know. And I had this 1 inch, so that's good. I also thought about doing just a 3-ring binder, but nah. Yeah, that December one is so cute, huh? You're supposed to be packing and finishing cleaning the house so I can leave this afternoon, but nope. I know the feeling. I'm supposed to be cleaning my craft room or organizing it, sorting through things. I've gone through and kind of sorted through the prizes from my Advent series. So I have to just do some verifying of addresses and everything so that I can get things ready to mail. So I'll have them out by the middle of January. And then I was kind of going through all my other stuff too and see what can I continue to de-stash, because I have too much stuff. So I'm trying to plan ahead in case, because my husband and I have been discussing doing some downsizing, because we have a big house, and we have a big family. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where that goes. He's got so many ideas in his head once he retires that it's like we're trying to figure out what exactly we're going to do. Yeah, see, this is a tight fit. Let me get that closed and show you the back. So there's the back. I use that floral paper, which is about 30. But yeah, these are my planners, you guys. What do you think? They're okay, right? What tab punch? Little bit of organizing the past couple of days and got some cards made. Did the Oslo inspired with crafty all yesterday. Oh, fun. Let me get the punch out to show you which punch. And I got it on Amazon. I'll find a link for it. It's a 2-inch tab punch. So I can just punch it and then you fold it in half and that's your tab. Let me show you just a piece of toast. So you just kind of put it in here, punch it, and then just fold it in half. You could score it if you wanted to, but really there's usually not any. And then there's your punch. And you just add it, like I put glue on the front side and then just on the bottom of the back side and attach it, and that way it stays sealed here and it stays attached to my page. So that's all I use. We did some organizing the other day. Oh, good for you. I think accountability is important. Thank you, my friend. To me, if I'm accountable to someone else for what I say I'm going to do, then it'll for sure get done. There will be no excuses because, I told them it would get done. But yeah, we're gonna start. I'm gonna start using this. I'm gonna look for this bigger coil because I can see this is starting to come out on the back side. See, this one was perfect for this size. This was, I think, the 5/8 inch. And it was perfect. But I like this for following along with that smashing of stash because I want to do a lot of that this year. And I think we all start real gung-ho on smashing our stashes in January, and then we kind of fizzle as the year goes on. So I want to do that. I am canceling my subscription to the Caboodle with Spellbinders, which they've renamed. craft box or crafty box. I don't know, but they've kind of reconfigured it. There's not going to be wax seals in there anymore, and they've combined, so the glimmer and the better press are now one, because you can, and it's going to be like a better press plate because you can better press and glimmer with that one. So I think those were the only changes. I could be wrong. They put out a video on that, but yeah, I just wanted to share this today, you guys. I figured crate box, that's what it is. Crate box. Thank you, Barbara. Now, not to say that I won't get, let's say, in January, they come out with the better press plate that I really love. I might get that one. I'm just not going to subscribe. I'm not going to get the crate box because that is an investment. And again, getting ready for my husband to retire, trying to not spend as much and trying to kind of downsize my crafty stash. So all of that is in the works. He doesn't retire until September, but time goes by so quickly, especially, I don't know about you guys, but as I get older, I feel like time flies by even faster. Oh, good. Do one. I thought it would be better for me to just, yeah, it is good to plan ahead. I thought it'd be better to kind of just make my own that fit me, what I needed, what I wanted. And then I can adjust it too. Let's say, that I'm looking and I'm using it. And by April, I'm like, you know what? I'm really not using that savings page. I'm not documenting or keeping track. So I can not use that. And I'll kind of keep track of what I use, or, hey, I'm missing something for, I don't know, whatever I might need. So am I giving myself a budget? No, my budget with my husband is get whatever you want. Just try not to spend too much. So maybe I should just give myself, $50 a month, and that would be more than enough if I needed more glue or paper, or, I think that would be enough. Yes, time flies. It flies. Oh, wow. See, that's what I want to do. I have so many paper pads. I need to just get through them and use them. That's all there is to it. And then donate those cards. Like I know you guys know I donate between 400 and 500 Christmas cards or holiday cards every year to the skilled nursing facility where my dad was. But why do I only do that? Why don't I send them Valentine's cards and Easter cards? And, so I'm going to start, as I make cards, just building up a stash, and maybe 2 weeks before whatever holiday comes in, just go and drop off what I have. And I'm sure they can use whatever they have. You try and do a prep in July and use her system. Yeah, her system is amazing. I'm excited, but I'm nervous for him retiring because, so I've known a lot of people that retired, and the ones that they retired at staggered years, different times, everything worked out perfectly. The ones that retired at the same time, they struggled to get used to that new life. I don't know what it was, but they both retired at the same time. And it was like, oh my goodness, she doesn't understand this or he doesn't understand that. So I think the fact that I've been retired for 3 years now, it'll be almost 4 years by the time he retires. I'm into my groove. So I'll be able to kind of help him adjust to the retired life, because it's hard when your personality is just go, 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 work, work, work. Like on rainy days, he doesn't know what to do with himself, because in construction, you don't work when it rains. And that man does not know what to do with himself when it rains. When I used to work and it was a rainy day, I would get a phone call. What are you doing? Are you busy? And I'd be like, babe, I'm working. I work rain or shine. So he would be bored. So I'm trying to convince him to, other than exercise, because he exercises for about 2 hours every day. And he does that to help keep his blood sugar levels down. So I got to find him something to do. And I don't mean a honey-do list, because that's not fun for him. So I want him to have something fun that he can do. Other than we do plan on traveling, so we are going to travel once he retires. You love retired life. Great hubby is retired too. We can do things together with, yeah. So with us, we're all, when we're off of work, we're always together. And I know that's an oddity. Like, um, not that we can't do things separately. We do once in a blue moon, but we're just so used to doing everything together. So, I'm a caregiver and work part time. So retirement, haha. Oh, yeah, retirement's rough when you have to be a caregiver. That's not, I don't know. Lunch once a week, date time. Oh yeah, yeah. We go out every weekend. I don't cook on the weekends, so that I have that fun. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you go. Get ready for New Year's Eve, whatever you're gonna do to celebrate, whether it be go out to a big old party or stay home and just enjoy time at home. What is this, my friend? Medically enforced retirement. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find him a hobby that he can do year round. He does like reading. He reads a lot. We bought him a guitar about a year ago because he said he wanted to learn to play guitar. It's kind of just sitting there. So hopefully he can learn to play guitar. You know, he can focus on that. But guys, enjoy whatever New Year's plans you have. I will be back live in 2026. I will be back with more videos in 2026. But I do appreciate you being here. So be safe, have fun, enjoy, and we'll see you next year. Bye. Last year